What's the most brilliant way a lawyer tricked a greedy landlord using his own arrogance? Let me tell you how I got sweet revenge on one of the most power-hungry landlords I've ever encountered and saved a business owner from financial ruin in the process. Back in the 90s, I rented office space from an older lawyer named Aaron. We were in a commercial building with a restaurant in the basement called The Vault, named after the massive steel bank vault it was built around. It was actually a cool place to eat. You could sit surrounded by shiny old safe deposit boxes while you had lunch. One day I was eating there when the restaurant owner pulled me aside. "The landlord's driving me crazy," he said. "Tell me something new," I told him. "He drives everyone crazy." Our landlord was notorious for locking tenants out without warning if they were even a day late on rent. No court order, no process, just a changed lock and a smug smile. He thrived on intimidation. The vault's owner handed me a letter. The landlord was demanding years' worth of back charges, snow removal, shared flooring, parking lot repairs, all tacked onto the rent. On top of that, he threatened to change the locks if it wasn't paid. But then the owner told me something that really caught my attention. He says I have to remove the bank vault when I move out. You're kidding. That thing weighs 100 tons. Nope. And the lease says I also have to return the place to its original condition, like the vault was never there. That would cost a fortune. I told him to send me the lease and I'd take a look. When I got back to my office, the lease was waiting. And sure enough, it was a nightmare. It was a renewal of a renewal from the post-World War II era, when the original tenant was a bank. Somehow, the restaurant owner had ended up with a lease that made him responsible for removing a 100-ton vault, and he'd personally guaranteed it. Most lawyers would have said he was screwed, but I hate bullies, and this landlord was a classic. I had an idea. I called the restaurant owner. "You're calling to say I'm toast, right?" he asked. "Nope, I can save you, but it'll cost $5,000 in legal fees plus another $1,000 for a real estate agent." "Agent? What kind of agent?" "Trust me." His certified check hit my desk in under an hour. I walked over to Aaron's office. "I need a real estate agent," I said. "You buying or selling?" "Nope." Aaron narrowed his eyes. "You pulling another stunt?" "Yep, but I promise it won't blow back on you." He pulled out his old Rolodex. "I know a guy." He always did. That was part of the reason he eventually got disbarred. I met with the agent the next day, told him exactly what I needed, and gave him a document I had drafted. A non-binding offer to lease the restaurant space. Just enough bait to get our landlord's attention. A few days later, I went back to the vault. The owner met me at the door. "The landlord's here, upstairs, probably watching me." "Perfect. Let's eat in the vault room." As we sat inside the steel chamber eating pasta, I handed him a document. "This is our formal demand," I said. "We're insisting the landlord release all the restaurant equipment, ovens, freezers, everything, and also the vault." "The vault? I don't want the vault." "You do now." He looked at me like I'd lost my mind. "You're trying to beat this guy with reverse psychology?" "I'm counting on him being arrogant and greedy. Let's see how he reacts." We walked upstairs to the landlord's table. He was gnawing on a rack of lamb with his bare hands. "My client needs a response today," I said. "We sent you a demand. He needs the vault for his new location." "The vault stays," he snapped. "Tell your client he can forget it." "I'll need that in writing," I said. He grinned smugly. "You'll get it." That afternoon, we received a letter from the landlord's lawyer formally denying the restaurant's right to remove the vault. My client couldn't believe it. "You actually wanted him to claim the vault?" "Yep, now it's his problem." The restaurant moved to a new location shortly after, still called the Vault. Same vibe, no 100-ton vault. And the old landlord? Turns out he was negotiating a lease with a new bank tenant, but when they saw the vault couldn't be removed, they pulled out. A giant vault in the middle of the space wasn't so appealing after all. He tracked me down a few days later, livid. "I know you set this up. That agent's offer was fake. You tricked me into keeping the vault so your guy could walk away. You're welcome to sue," I said. "Just don't ask me to represent you." But he didn't sue. He couldn't. That offer was non-binding, drafted just well enough to lure him into showing his cards. When I left the building about a year later, the basement was still empty. A dusty for rent sign sat in the window, and the vault still there.